I guess a whole lot of other people would have been looking at this over the weekend, particularly those mayors of roughly 60-odd district councils, city councils throughout New Zealand. Regional councils aren't so much involved, but the districts, the territorial authorities truly are. This is where the rubber hits the road. Water has always been a sort of Trojan horse for central government. It's the way in which you deal with the reform of local government without really dealing with it. Instead of biting at the problem, which is that it seems from central government's point of view there are too many pesky bloody councils around, why don't we strip away their primary assets? And then really they'll have no cause to exist, will they? And for many councils, you take their three waters away and you transfer them to a group of amorphous entities somewhere, run by bureaucrats somewhere else, half governed by, well, supposedly them. They might have one vote on it. Maori will have exactly the same number. So if you've got, let's just give you an example. Let's just try Otago Southland. If you've got 6 or 7 territorial authorities and you've got one representative from each, right, one representative from each of those councils on the governing body, and then you've got exactly the same number of mana whenua reps, 7. Given especially the fact that in Otago Southland, the number of Maori you could probably, who are mana whenua, which means the local iwi, Ngāi Tahu, not any of the rest, mind, not any of the rest, that's not the definition of mana whenua, but it does mean that at the end of the day, that a very small group of people, maybe a few thousand, and that's all, will control, or be 50% in control of an entity where everybody else isn't in control, particularly the councils. There are a number of councils, there are roughly half of the territorial authorities. There's a big fallout a couple of years ago when Local Government New Zealand essentially threw its own membership under the bus over Three Waters, and still perhaps is living to regret that decision. But there are roughly half of the councils, Manawatu District Council, Timaru, Waimakariri, the smaller regional, if you like, provincial councils,